Shalom, shalom. Thank you for joining me today for a quick Devo on the 10 lepers and the question, is Jesus enough? Luke 17:11 through 19 is what we're going to be looking at. Let's get it in. Now, on his way to Jerusalem, Jesus traveled along the border between Samaria and Galilee. As he was going into the village, 10 men who had leprosy met him. They stood at a distance and they called out in a loud voice, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." When he saw them, he said, "Go, show yourselves to the priest." And as they went, they were cleansed. One of them, when he saw he was cleansed, came back praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. And he was a Samaritan. Jesus asked, "Were not all 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? Has no one returned to give praise to God except for this foreigner?" Then he said to him, "Rise and go. Your faith has made you well." There's a lot that can be discussed about leprosy and what it's like to be marginalized, about going to the temple and showing yourselves to the priest so that they can give you a certificate to enter back into society, even just about giving thanks. But I want to focus on the question of, is Jesus enough? And to do that, I want to look at the one that came back. You see, the one, it appears, never made it to the temple. When he realized he was healed, he came back praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him. We usually focus on the gratitude in comparison to the other 9 that never came back, but rather they continued to the temple to receive their certificate so they can go back into society. I want to take it a step further and maybe get a little deeper. What do the other 9 really show us about the one? Well, the other 9, they were satisfied with their healing. They got what they hoped for, and that was it. Jesus was a means to an end for them. They now would be declared clean by the temple priest and be allowed to regain their status into society. They were satisfied with the short-term earthly blessing, but the one in contrast, he wanted something far greater than the earthly blessing of the healing. He could have just been grateful and continued to the temple. Instead, he was so overwhelmed by the realization of who Jesus was that he couldn't go one step further towards the lesser and chose the greater blessing of being at the feet of Jesus. You see, I hope this challenges you to rethink your intentions and motives for coming to Jesus. Do you just want his stuff, or is being at the feet of Jesus enough? I hope this challenges you. Shalom, shalom. May you have perfect peace and live well in Christ. God bless.